All right, we are in. We are good to go, ready to rock and roll. Oh yes, and cheers to the upcoming chat. We only got Michael Gonzalez here. What's up, Michael? But cheers to my guests that are here. But it's funny, you notice there is no Alki here, no Alki, and it's funny because I know you mentioned Daniel earlier that you're cutting back because you're working out, and Jack said the same thing.
Yeah.
Back and look at what I'm doing. See, I'm following suit. That's right. Because I gotta lose some of the gut. I gotta lose some of the gut.
I have water in this tumbler that says "Boo y'all." So
boo y'all.
Yeah.
I'm sticking to it. It's just nothing but Gatorade, man.
That's
all
it. Gatorade. That's right. Yes. So yeah, gotta lose some of this gut. I gotta get that dent. What is he joining? What is happening right now?
Okay.
I think Iman is here. What? He has arrived. Iman is here. Yes. What's going on, buddy?
All right.
Oh, man.
Fucking tired, dude.
I know. You're a hardworking man. Hardworking man. That's right. All right. Let us see. No, I have an issue here. All right. Can you guys see how many people we got in chat? Is it still Michael? How many people are watching right now? Oh, there we go. We got 9 people watching. Okay.
I don't think it shows on our end. Well, I can't see no numbers, so I just see that we're live, and I can see the comments, but that's about it.
Okay, cool. So we just got Michael. Oh, there you go. Oh, shit. We got Fluffy Pig Monster. What's going on, buddy? Welcome to the stream of Extreme. That's right. Get ready to rumble. Michael Gonzalez. So, Iman. What's up, Mateo? Bataglia. What's going on? So Mr. Death Metal here. Yes, Mr. Death Metal. So Iman, how was your 30-hour work schedule today? How was your 30-hour work schedule, Iman?
If it was 30, I wouldn't be here.
That's true. We didn't think you were coming, man. I'm glad you showed up. So Daniel, the Sci-Fi Century, is joining us. We're going to go ahead and get this lacking. I think we got enough people watching right now to get it rocking and rolling. We got Jax B, the Ripper. She is joining us. That's right. And we got brother from another mother, a homie Iman from back in the high school days. That's right. Joining us tonight, gracing us with his presence. That's how we're doing it. And why are we here? We are here to talk this and wrestling Star Cat.
Okay, like always, if he freezes, we take over, okay?
Right? Yeah. Damn it. You screwed up my joke, Stream. Damn it. Stream screwed up my joke. I said we're here to watch David Arquette's documentary.
I didn't even know he had one.
Stream fucked it all up. Yeah, I don't chat if you guys are watching. Did any of you see the David Arquette Extreme Wrestling documentary? Yeah, this is real.
Oh, I need to watch that.
So we'll keep an eye out for chat to see if anyone.
We should watch it and we should all talk about it next.
All right. Oh, don't forget to comment, guys. That way make the admins.
It's not letting me. It hasn't shown up on mine yet, so I can't even. Let's see. Yeah, I can't even see it unless I want to do the private chat. For some reason, I could do a private chat, not the.
That's all right. I'll take care of it today. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'll just wait.
All right, welcome everyone to another Verbal Nectar podcast. Another Verbal Nectar podcast. The ridiculous name brought to you by a ridiculous person. And today we're going to talk about Nail in the Coffin, the fall and the rise of Vampiro. I think earlier I said Vampiro and I fucked it up. Sorry. So before we get started with our thoughts on the documentary, the director, Michael Past, reached out to me and was trying to let me know about it, and I really appreciate it because I was an idiot and I had no idea that this was a thing and this was out, so I'm completely fired. And I did a trailer reaction to it, and that was a lot of fun. Getting us, a little teaser, wetting the whistle there. And after that, Michael got back to me and said that he and Ian, that's right, Vampiro himself, saw it, the trailer reaction, and enjoyed it. I was like, oh shit. I was like, tell Vampiro don't kill me, man, because that guy knows Krav Maga, man. So, but yeah, it was really cool that they enjoyed it. That was really nice of them to reach out. Oh shit, we got Tino in the house. That's right, representing being a wrestling fan. That's right. Mateo says, can't wait to see the doc. Yes, make sure you guys check out the documentary. You can find it for purchase on DVD on Amazon. You can purchase the Blu-ray, and you can do what I did, and you can rent it or purchase it off of Amazon Prime as well. But yeah, it's a must-see, and I really, really enjoyed it. So before we give our thoughts and what we liked about the documentary, let's talk about a little bit how we each discovered Vampiro. And I screwed it up again, Vampiro. And I'll go ahead and I'll kick it off. So kind of similar to what I said in the trailer reaction video, where I first was introduced to Vampiro in WCW, and as soon as he showed up, I was like, dude, who is this dude? Who is this guy, man? Like, this guy is fucking dark. He's got a dark persona. He's badass, right? He's extreme. He's taking these hard bumps. He's doing fucking roundhouse front kicks and shit. I was like, who is this guy? And then all of a sudden, I was just kind of like disappointed with how they were booking him. And then the next thing I know, he's gone from WCW, and then I lost track. And then many years later, my homie Iman here, excuse me, I can talk, I can do it. Exercise the lips. Yes, my buddy Iman hit me up to Lucha Underground, which is a new thing that was popping off and was very popular at the time. And he was like, dude, Vampiro is here. And I was like, what? And of course, he's a little bit older and stuff like that, but they had a really awesome vignette where he was like the psycho, killer, and then he escaped from the asylum, he killed everybody, and then he showed up at Lucha Underground, and he had this crazy match with extreme match with Pentagon Jr. And I was like, dude, it's great to see the guy. I feel bad that I lost track of him. But there's a reason why we lost track, and the documentary kind of sorts that out a little bit, which we'll get to. Why I kind of lost track of Vampiro because of the politics that was in WCW. But yeah, I'm still a fan of the guy. I know he's involved with AAA, and he's producing and stuff like that. And again, the documentary will go into that more. But yeah, that's my experience. So we'll go to Jax. How did you discover Vampiro?
The Misfits. Okay, well, there's a little bit more than that. It was on Instagram, and I can't remember exactly the account that it's called, but it was like something like Old School Wrestling, or that's the name of the account. I mean,
yeah.
And I remember they showed a clip, like it was in the movie, by the way, where he has like, Doyle and Jerry Only, and Beatles over there talking and stuff, and I didn't know the storyline, what was going on, but whatever. And then I saw like the Misfits wrestling with them, and I'm just thinking, like, you know what, Doyle could make a good wrestler. I'm just like, he could make a good wrestler. So it was really entertaining to watch. And then eventually I investigated more, and I found out eventually Jerry Only did a podcast with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and I eventually found out a little bit more details about it. But yeah, that's how I discovered it.
Nice. That's nice. Omni Blast went out and bought and purchased it already, and she says she's excited to watch it. And we have Mateo right here. He can't wait to see it. So we got a lot of fans here of extreme wrestling or wrestling in general, or just fans of really good documentaries are here among us. So props to you guys for reaching out and trying to see the documentary. All right. We'll go to Iman. How did you discover Vampiro?
I found him watching AAA back in the day when I was little. I actually went to a show in Tijuana with my brother and my cousin.
No way.
Yeah,
Did you see him there? Did you see him there, or you were just at a show?
No, he was there. Rey Mysterio was there.
Oh, I'm jealous, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like really, really young.
How old were you?
Yeah.
How old do you think you were?
Maybe like 14, I would say.
Oh, wow. And a little itty bitty
Wow.
Marco. So it was Rey Mysterio, Vampiro. Who else was there? Who else did you see live?
I don't remember. Maybe La Parka. I think La Parka was there.
Okay, so Vampiro still looked like how he looked when I saw him in WCW. Do you still have the look, same look? That's awesome.
Yeah, but I remember watching the shows. I'm like, wow, this guy's badass. You know, the tattoos, the paint.
Yeah.
Usually all the luchadors, like, they're all wearing masks. They're all like fat and out of shape. And he was like something totally different.
Yeah. Nice. See, he stood out, man.
Yeah, actually, I don't remember his WCW days at all.
Yeah.
I don't think I was watching by then.
Yeah, it's not as memorable, obviously, but we'll get to that when we talk about the documentary. But that's awesome. You actually got to see him live. That is pretty cool, man. Did you follow him?
And it was like a dinky little town too. So I mean, that was back when it was still safe, I guess, to go to those kind of shows.
Right. Was anybody else of note that you saw wrestle that night, or those were the big names?
Yeah, I went primarily for Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
And like he was there, but yeah, he was just like an extra because I was going for Rey.
Right. That's cool, man. That's awesome. You saw him. So, yeah. Screw my story of experience of discovered Vampiro. This guy actually saw him live. That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. All right, Mr. Sci-Fi Century. How did you discover Vampiro?
All right, I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible. Well, I mean, as you know, I'm from El Paso, Texas, and Juarez, we're a border city, so AAA and a lot of lucha libre was in Juarez. A majority of it took place in Juarez. Plus, Eddie Guerrero and the Guerrero family are from here, from El Paso originally. So, like I never saw them. I never went to a show. I mean, I'd always be in Juarez, partying and stuff when I was young. But I mean, I never went to a show. But I would hear about him, and just the look, the way he was. They say he was from Canada, but he was tall. He was he was muscular. He stood out like really stood out. And he of course there was other. Rey Mysterio was Guerrero, La Parka, Lismark Jr., Villano 5, all those guys. A lot of the luchadores there from going from El Paso to Juarez, and that's how I noticed them. But then when I really noticed them, I heard about them as far as going to when I would be in and out of Juarez and stuff. But when I really saw him was in WCW, and I mean, man, it was just he stood out in not only just the way he wrestled, but he has experience in Japan. He's had experience a lot of places, all over the world. And like when I saw him and noticed him, it was automatic, that I was gonna, have an interest the way his style was. Not only was it hardcore, man, he was doing hardcore in Japan before hardcore was even WCW, and like he did. And then like just it was just wasted, man. I mean, he had all the talent in the world. He had the look. He was able to perform. He could do high flying maneuvers. So that's how I really noticed him with WCW, and he could have been a lot more. He could have done a lot with his character, the way he wrestled. He was universal. He was multi-talented and everything. But but that's how I really noticed him. And then afterward I followed him a little bit more. He went back to Mexico. I think it was he went to Contacoma Lucha Libre.
Yeah.
And he went to AAA and other places, stuff like that. But that's how I noticed him.
That's awesome, man. That's
how I know. That's how I know. But yeah.
No, I'm saying that was probably the best thing for him, that he went back to Mexico after the WCW botch fest. Because I'm telling you, man, I mean, like I said in my trailer reaction video, WWE, even AEW, all wrestling organizations have really horrible bad booking once in a while. And I just wondered, why are they not pushing this guy in WCW? I'm like, what is happening? Like, what is going on? But we'll get into that when we get into the documentary. Before we start talking about the documentary, you said you had one, an older one, Daniel?
Yeah, well, I did have it, but I don't know what I did with it because I burned it a long time ago. I think and it was called Vampiro, Angel, Devil, Hero, and that was another. Some of that documentary was actually added to this new documentary of Nail in the Coffin. And,
okay.
I saw that one, and and that one. I mean, not all of it, not a lot of it, but there was some some of the main parts from the other documentary about his daughter and what he went through and like the stuff he had to go through, especially in Mexico, and having to make. He made his own. He actually made his own. Wrestling show, and it was badass, man. It was a really badass documentary on that one also.
Nice. All right, we got welcome Nate Dogs 212. Let's start the fucking ruckus. Omegon 32, welcome. And we got Baked Potato Joe Biden. Baked Potato Joe Biden, how you doing? Welcome. All right, let's start the fucking ruckus. Let's get into it. I'm gonna have to bring up my little bootleg list over here, my little bootleg bullet points here. But let's get into Nail in the Coffin. The fall and the rise of David Arquette. All right. I was just waiting for someone's mic to go bad. I was waiting for Iman or Daniel's mic to go bad so I can pull a vamp myself. Somebody get this guy a fucking mic. I wanted to just yell that, scare everyone, and vamp on my own because it's fun. But again, Michael Past and his team involved, they did a great job of working on this documentary. It was very awesome. Whatchamacallit. Jax, you mentioned that you thought this was better than some of the Dark Side of the Ring episodes.
Well, also probably because they had more time. That's what I'm pretty sure. Dark Side of the Ring, they're limited to like a 45-minute thing or an hour, and I think they're under Vice. I think, right? But I'm pretty sure it has to do with that because when you're restricted to an hour, there's so much you got to cut out. And even so, I remember when I saw the Owen Hart story, it showed outtakes too on Vice, and they couldn't add the whole thing in because especially that story, that was a long story. So.
And this felt more real because it was real, and how bad it would have been if we had a bootleg guy dressed up like Vamp Pate, like we had a bootleg actor playing.
Yeah, that's the thing. They didn't have actors in those ones. It was all just the people, and then there was just like home footage stuff. So where it's like Dark Side of the Ring. I mean, Dark Side of the Ring is good, but it's just like, you have your actors in it like playing a role, but
this was definitely better than some of those. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the part in the movie, the documentary where his lucha speech when he's trying to pump everybody up. I really, really like that, man. You can see the passion. You can see the dedication for his art, and he even threw in a little bit of humor in there too. Let me there. Am I back?
Oh God,
it's gonna happen a lot.
Yeah, we're gonna be anytime we freeze, we always just do the RVD. So,
am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. So what cracked me up in his speech was he threw in a little humor after pumping everybody up, and he's all like, all the lucha libre veterans, all the legends, they looked out for me and protected me because I was gonna get my ass kicked because I was stealing all the women. Which was hilarious. But you could see everyone around him. You could see the love, like just it's fucking pro wrestling, man. It's pro wrestling, and it's just there's something special as well. We're fans, we like all different versions. Some of the extreme stuff, some of the strong style stuff, some of the extreme, high flying stuff. It's all good. It's all good, and it was really cool seeing him on the front, kind of in front. Just being the captain, kind of guiding everyone and pumping everybody up so they get excited for the event. That was really, really, really cool. And it was something he brought up that I didn't even think about. how he was saying back in the older days, the lucha libre icons were literally real life superheroes to their fans. You know what I mean?
Not because of Santos, because okay, like my dad's from Mexico, so I remember as a kid him watching all those Santos wrestling movies. And I think I even bought him, like when I was in high school, for his birthday and Christmas. I will buy him the DVDs. It's been years. I haven't seen those movies in a long time, though. But yeah, it was. I didn't know till this day it was still that big. I mean, I knew it was big, not compared to soccer though. But yeah, those films were big. And if you go into Mexico and mention Santos, they're all gonna know who it is.
Yeah.
I think his son's still around though. I don't know if he's still wrestling or not, but.
Iman, do you know if his son is wrestling? Iman?
What was that?
Do you know if Santos' son is wrestling? Do you know?
No.
Okay.
I'm
so
right now.
Blue Demon, that's another popular one too. And you get those old movies, we get El Santo versus Blue Demon. Mystery Science Theater fans out there, there was an episode where they riffed a movie called Samson versus the Vampire Women. But if you watch it, that was one of the English titles. If you watch it, it was really El Santo versus vampires. Which was I saw clips from the other movies, and I saw he's El Santo in this gear, just with a Tommy gun, just laying waste to the bad guys. And I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. We need a box set of this. But yeah, it's interesting. He was like, when they would come visit the town to perform, it was like Captain America showing up. It was like Deadpool showing up, and it's they don't think about it that way, but it's like seeing your real life superheroes. It was pretty cool. Him breaking it down like that.
I wanted to add something.
What's up?
I wanted to add something.
Go ahead.
I wanted to add something also before that. Now that we're talking about El Santo, and El Santo is huge, and everybody knows about him. Just like Jack mentioned, he's huge. He's huge in Mexico, even as a superhero, more as a superhero than anything as a wrestler. But Vampiro also had his own movie called The Night or Warrior of the Night, Guerrero de la Noche. So he also had his own film, and he's made a few movies also. But I've tried to look for it. I tried to look for that movie for the movie that Vampiro came on, El Guerrero de la Noche, but I haven't been able to find it. But he has had his own film. So yeah, he's made his own movie.
So he's made some movies. Vampiro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We got Joshua Riddle here. Joshua Riddle says The Wrestler was the story wrestling fans really needed to see. There are so many wrestlers we don't all see on TV. Known a few here in Portland. It's a tight-knit group. But yes, me and Jax were talking about that yesterday. That's a movie she still wants to catch up and check out. And I was telling her I recommended it to her. It's a very, very good movie, well-made movie, and Mickey Rourke was great in that. So if you guys have not seen The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke, make sure you check that out. All right, let's move on a little bit here.
The convention team is depressing, by the way.
Yeah, it is. Prepare yourself. Grab the tissues. You're gonna need them, but still, very, very good movie. Let's see here. So I was waiting for it. I heard that Vampiro's past in real life was very rough, and there were some dark moments in there. And then once the documentary got a little bit more meaty, they mentioned the sexual assault, unfortunately, by the priest that he had to go through, and it kind of sounded like he just basically had to deal with it on his own. Like he didn't really go out and seek help. And when that part of the documentary came out, I was like, fucking hell, man. Shit. Like, here we go, And so I was like, oh fuck, here we go. It starts. But it kind of led him towards more of the rebellious side. And the good news is that he found his heroes, not just later in wrestling, but on the punk rock scene. That's where he gravitated toward, and he saw these guys, their look, how they acted, how they performed, how they were on stage, the whole rock persona, and he was like, that's me. He's like, that's me. That's what I want to be a part of. And that was kind of cool too. I like the old high school pictures of him with the blonde hair. It was like all spiked up. That was fun seeing him like that. But I did not expect the last thing I expected was to piece Vampiro with Milli Vanilli.
Right? I was not expecting that.
Yeah, man.
What?
That's where I got my look from. Like,
Wait a minute. And he was honest. He was like, yeah, I kind of got the rage look from them. But it was just like, Vampiro, badass, don't fuck with him. Krav Maga, motherfucker. We'll wrap barbed wire around your neck with blame it on the rain. You know, I was just like, what? What is happening right now? But, you know, that kind of gave him a little taste with touring with Milli Vanilli and kind of working behind, kind of being a behind-the-scenes guy. Like he says, he was part of the crew that was basically the machine that kind of kept the show going. He did see he got a little taste of the rock star life and how things happen outside and stuff like that. And there was a little bit of hints of in the documentary where, you know, he was with, you know, kind of under the mob's wing and had to go out and collect money. You know, that was interesting. And I'm sorry, but I want a movie. I'm sorry. I want a movie where Vampiro goes out there vigilante style and robs pimps.
because that's what he did.
I want a movie.
That's real. That's
real. Vampiro.
So he robs pimps at night, and at day he dresses up like Milli Vanilli.
This is the greatest movie no one's made, Jax. Like, this is the greatest thing ever. I want a comic book. That's what I want. But yeah, I think he realized, you know, if he would have stayed with that lifestyle too long, eventually something bad was gonna happen. So he got out and he just said, fuck it. I don't know the language in Mexico. I don't know. Fuck it. I'm gonna go fly over there. He flew over there, learned the language, and got involved in lucha libre. Does anybody want to take it from here, or you want me to keep going?
You pretty much gave out the juicy parts.
Huh?
I'm thinking, you know, you pretty much gave out the juicy parts.
I got more. But
go ahead.
Go for it.
Huh? Oh,
let's talk about.
Well, sorry, Jax.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like referring to his blonde hair. He looked like a Billy Idol.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. He looked and like not only did he learn about security and stuff like that and helping out with Milli Vanilli, man, but he was like you know, he's also a musician, so I'm pretty sure he picked up a few pointers and learned how to learn how to work the bass or work instruments and stuff like that. But like, yeah, man, I mean, I had to call the Billy Idol thing, man, because he's like, I mean, he's a big dude. He's like 6'2" or 6'3", and that's that's a big dude, man. Yeah, that's what I wanted to call out, man.
Yeah. No, that was a good call out. That's what I was thinking too. Billy Idol. Let's see here. All right. So he goes, dabs his toe in the lucha libre scene. And I like how he said basically how when he kind of got there in some of the circuits that it was kind of like a mom and dad scene. You know, it was kind of like, oh, bring the family, you know, let's watch the wrestlers. But when he arrived, it was like the fucking devil showed up, you know. And I was just like, hell yeah. You gotta flip things around, man. You gotta flip the script. You can't just have the same old all the time, right? And he wanted to stand out, and that's what he told his daughter, Dasha, later in the documentary, that his goal was to be an iconic figure in his profession, and he definitely achieved that. Jax, go ahead and keep talking.
Should we just go on and talk about like the relationship between him and his daughter? Because we didn't mention that part.
Very touching. Very touching.
I was not expecting to see that kind of side. You know, I mean, usually they want to keep their kids out of it.
Yeah.
Like I know when I've seen like it was an early documentary of Stone Cold when he came out with the book. Like he barely had his girls in there, and that's it. And then you find out he has like another daughter, so he doesn't really, you know, you don't really hear wrestlers talk about their kids. But they really have like is not as bad as like how you said with like Jake the Snake. Was that his name? It wasn't like that, but it was definitely a tough relationship. because she's just worried that she's gonna have to push her dad in a wheelchair for the rest of her his life. And and it makes sense. That'll scare anybody. And then like he can quit. He could do a Twitch channel. Because even I was thinking about it. He keeps saying, I want to play video games. I just want to play video games. I was like, start a Twitch channel. You could fucking get the people on it. Like, just do it. It's
Vampiro's Twitch video game channel.
Yeah.
Make that happen. Vamp, if you're watching, make that happen.
I was like, why isn't anybody telling him this in the damn documentary? Like, start a Twitch channel.
Yeah.
I was like, look at what's her name, Zelina Vega with her Twitch channel. That's why fucking WWE let her go, because she was making money on the side. So, but yeah, no, that was a very interesting take on their relationship and seeing that and everything. And
yeah,
I really liked his house, the inside of it with all those comments and everything. I really loved it.
Can we move in? Because that's like horror movie. Everything's there. I mean, it's like themed. I was like, that house is dope. I was like, that house is dope. I also love Vamp's fashion style, if you will, wearing a Bret Hart in Misfits font T-shirt.
Man,
I was like, what? Bret Hitman Hart T-shirt, but with Misfits font.
yeah.
And I think earlier in the documentary he had a Black Label Society vest on. I was like, fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. No Milli Vanilli stuff though, which is good. But I still want that movie though. Vampiro hunts pimps. I want it. Somebody make that movie. Edgar, want to chime in? Iman? Mr. Iman? Chime in on anything? Would you like?
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's it.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I have deleted him. Delete! He has been deleted from the channel. Delete. No, he'll probably come back. I don't know what happened there, but he'll come back. That's fine. He's that shy, Jax. That was it. He was only able to come on and say a few words and then disappear.
Hey,
no, he said hold on before you.
You guys know how it says comments and private chat? Go to the private chat. I want to see if anybody could see that. Can you guys see that?
I just see people in my comments. That's all I see.
No,
I can see
private
it.
chat on top.
Oh, okay. Do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, you put. Yeah, I can see it.
No,
Okay.
I don't see anything for me.
Really? You don't see
No.
it? Go to where it says private chat. Okay, it says comments, but then it says private chat. So click on private chat.
Well, I'm not on YouTube right now. I'm in the StreamYard app.
I'm in. Yeah, we're all on there. So we should have the option. Hold on, I'll take a picture of it. I'll take a picture of it.
No, it's okay. Let's keep going. We want people to think we want to bullshit. For
Yeah,
that.
I see Daniel.
Yeah, you have to see me. Well, you'll have to show me how to do it later. But let's keep rocking and rolling there. So we have. Let's see where we are now. Oh, when he first joined, I love how he admitted when he was first joining the Lucha Libre scene and getting his feet dirty, being a lot of brutal matches and working hard and shit. I like how he said he admitted he couldn't do a wrestling hold to save his life.
Yeah.
He says, I couldn't do a wrestling hold to save my life, but I'm a big, strong.
Uh-oh.
Up. Okay. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
You're back.
But I like how he said it. I can't do a wrestling hold to save my life, but I'm a big, strong motherfucker. And when I'm in there, the energy from everyone gets cranked up. My wrestling opponents, the audience, the energy just goes whoosh. And he's right. When he's in the ring, it's like, oh, shit, someone's about to die. But I like how he admitted that. He's just like, I'm not a technical guy, but I'm there to fight. How are we doing? Can you guys see and hear me still?
Yeah, you're good.
Yep.
All right. Let's head over the chat. Let's go over the chat here real quick. Let's see what's going on. Let me see here. Oh, the Sexy Sumo is here. All right. We got Manny here. Sexy Sumo.
Oh,
And of course, in sexy sumo fashion, he says Ramses is the king of lucha libre. Any of you guys say Nacho Libre?
No.
This guy got jokes. All right. All right, here we go. Let's keep rocking and rolling here since we have people still chilling with us, which is awesome. Chat, you guys rock. We're going to keep going here. All right, so let's see. So obviously the girls love the Vampiro gimmick. Obviously. He was basically a rock star every time he showed up. But here's one thing I was not expecting and I did not know. Like my Vampiro experience, like seeing for the first time in WCW. Hold on one second. I think it's Iman. Hold on. Go ahead and do it, Jax.
Oh, I can't. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
I think it only works when I'm not in the
right when you're just like in there. Okay. So what we'll do here? Hold on one second.
What's up, Daniel?
You know, the funny thing is, too, he's actually considered a sex symbol in Mexico.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I believe it.
He is considered a sex symbol in Mexico.
Even now?
I mean, well, I don't know. I don't know about now, but I mean, you would
he's
think
in
that,
better shape than I am, so I'm going to shut up right now. Oh, yeah. So maybe, Daniel, you can help me out with this one. So this one I was not expecting. I was not expecting, like I was saying, my introduction to Vamp, it was in WCW, as well as Conan. I didn't know Conan, Viva la Raza! I did not know Conan, before WCW. I was introduced to him in WCW. Then later I found out Conan had that horrible gimmick called Max Moon in WWE. Chat, do you remember Max Moon? Yeah.
He plugged me in on that. I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like, no.
He's from the future. He's from the future and he's got cyborg. Oh, it was terrible. Yeah, chat, look up Max Moon. Yeah. Look up Max Moon if you want.
WWE really knows how to neuter some motherfuckers, I swear. It's like they know how to neuter a person. Can you imagine if Vampiro were to go to WWE, or would have, I mean, what they would have done to him?
They'd botch him. They would make him a soccer coach gimmick or something. Vampiro would be a soccer player. That's what they would make him over there, man.
Well, I was thinking, I wouldn't even think Vince would want him anyways, because it wasn't like New Jack uncontrollable, but the thing is he had control of his own character, and that's how he wanted it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Daniel, help me out with this one. So I did not know that Conan, earlier in his career, before WCW, I did not know that Conan was considered the Hulk Hogan of Mexico. And then when they showed Conan, he was huge. He was so ripped. I was like, what the hell? That's the same guy? So, yeah. So do you know any information on Conan's early years? Do you know anything about that?
I didn't really follow him. I heard about him, but I wasn't really into, because he actually had like a Conan gimmick. Like he cut his hair, shaved it like a mullet, just like the comic books and comic books and Marvel comics, when it came out, the Hyborian era. He actually did like the curls and like had the mullet and everything. He was probably roided up, man. And he actually, the thing is, I noticed he did live in Juarez. He actually had a residence in Juarez, Mexico. And dude had freaking lions, man, real live like lion cubs as pets. And I'm like, God. Wow, man, that dude. Yeah, and he had horses and everything. So he was big, man. I didn't really know too much about him, but
Yeah.
I just know that his first name is Charles. I just know that his real name is Charles. But as far as that, I don't. I never really followed him. I just know that he was a big shit in the
He was a
lucha
big
libre scene
deal
at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yo, if this is real, I'm looking at chat right now. Zero says he was supposed to come to WWE. He was supposed to join the Brood. Holy shit.
God.
Holy shit. If that's legit, if that's real, dude, he could have owned.
He could have owned it, yeah.
He could have owned that. Still one of the best theme songs ever.
I love that theme song.
To this day.
I would love to use it as an intro before my videos, but fucking WWE will flag that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta look for. Go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I just know that like the thing about Vampiro, man, about Ian, like he's not really that much like he never really lets his ego get to him, because he's the kind of guy that'll actually he'll actually put guys over. Like if an actual organization asked him to put somebody over, he'll do it, just so it betters the company. And
nice.
I can imagine him going to WWE, but with the egos they had over there, especially with Edge, Christian, and Gangrel, and all the guys from the Brood. I think he could have fit in, but just because Vampiro's a straightforward, he doesn't he says it like it is. He wouldn't last that long, I think, in my opinion, because he's just to the point where he'll do anything. He'll do stuff that's ridiculous, but then he'll do more stuff to help the company, and then but besides that, I think they would just have thrown him to the side for him in some little sorry ass, made him a job that he doesn't deserve, man. They
would have botched it, but still, the potential. Just thinking about that, Vampiro being in the Brood. Oh, check this out. So Tino said, "Wow, I just looked up Max Moon. That's crazy." LOL. Fun fact, chat. I'm sure you know this. Oh, good evening, Martin. Welcome to the chat. Fun fact for you guys. I'm sure you guys already know this, but Conan taught Bret Hart the sharpshooter. I don't know if you guys do that.
No friggin' way.
Yeah. Look it up. Now, if I'm wrong, I know I'm not wrong, but if I'm wrong, let me know. I'll take it back. But that's what I heard. Wow. That's what I heard. Conan showed Bret. It's not. We're not bashing Bret. I'm just saying. I thought that was interesting because a long time ago I didn't know that either. But Conan, Viva la Raza, Max Moon, taught Bret the sharpshooter. All right.
Wow.
Sexy Sumo says Stone Cold Steve Austin is numero uno.
Agree.
He's cool.
All right, back to the man himself. Let's get back to Vamp here. All right. So I did not know that Conan was the Hulk Hogan, but it looked like from the documentary there was already issues there because Vampiro was stealing all the fandom, and Conan had issues with them. And remember when I said earlier, I was like, he was in WCW. There was potential there. They even teamed up. Vampiro up with my boy, the Great Muta, who's my favorite old school Japanese heavyweight wrestler. The Great Muta is so fucking badass. When he sprays the mist and all that shit. He's so badass. Keiji Muto, my favorite. He's so badass that there is footage online that you can find where it's an electrified steel cage match goes wrong. And Muta's in the cage, Sting's in the cage, and I think Flair maybe. Something goes wrong and part of the cage gets set on fire. Okay? You can see this. Guess what Muta does? Because at the time, they don't have fire extinguishers. They bring all that shit in later. Guess what Muta does? The Great Muta climbs up the ropes, goes up the cage, and does the mist and blows out the fire.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
I like what the sexy sumo. Vampiro can't wrestle when the sun is out.
This guy throwing shots. Oh shit, we got another. Great Muta is the best. And I remember at one point they put them together and I was like, oh shit, Vampiro and the Great Muta together. And I remember them winning the tag belts. And I was like, finally. And then nothing. Nothing after that. Sexy Sumo says he also hates garlic. So Sexy Sumo, we have to ban you.
Don't show no crosses.
We're gonna ban you from the. Oh man.
Be like the
Zero says,
compose you.
Zero says Ricky Chosu invented the sharpshooter, Tino. But yes, he's replying to Tino. But yes, Conan taught Brett how to do the hold. Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
But yeah, again, they just botched.
Oh, but you know what else we forgot to mention though? You know, we talked about like how WCW wasn't good at booking him. What you also forgot is we had Sting who turned into the Crow all of a sudden. That kind of just overshadowed it too. And Sting was like their money maker, you know, the one they relied on.
Right. Well, the thing is I know at some point they booked them to go against each other, and I remember it not being satisfying. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember it was kind of like it should have been the main event at a pay-per-view, Vampiro versus Sting or Crow Sting. And I just remember either I was disappointed at what I watched or somebody botched or the booking just fucked it all up. I don't remember. But I think the booker, I think he's an idiot because I don't think the audience is that stupid. I think they could tell the difference between Crow Sting and Vampiro. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
How many wrestlers out there wear face paint?
Well, those two and the Raven, none of them. I mean, they had like similar tastes and darkness, but that was about it. But they did not look alike.
Right. It's like I think they're just stupid. The stupid booking. We're not that dumb. We could tell the difference. They both wrestle completely different. Sting comes down from the rafters with a cable with a baseball bat. Vampiro is totally different. It's just bad booking. Well, anyway. But no, that was a good point to bring up, Jax.
Yeah, Sting was more like he was just about the gimmick, man. Vampiro, that's how he lived. That's what he liked. That's what he did. The way he dressed, the way he did stuff, that's how he lived.
Yeah, and I love how that was one of my favorite parts of the documentary, is that he basically says that in an interview. You know, like this is a way of life. You know what I mean? We're here to represent the outcasts. You know. And I like how he mentioned, and also he says, he's like, I don't care about wins and my wins or losses. I'm here to fight. When a guy says that, you push that guy to the moon because people want to see that guy. They want to see the guy who just wants to fight and doesn't give a shit about winning or losing. But you know what happens. But I like how he mentioned how the older guys, the old guard, didn't really understand what he was trying to do or what he represented, you know. But, you know, and the politics, back to the politics again with Jeff Jarrett and Conan doing his thing over there and a lot of politics.
Jeff Jarrett was on something in the beginning of that documentary.
Thank you for bringing that up, Jax. I'll let you take it from there. I'll bounce in. Go ahead. Talk about that scene. That was nuts.
What was the guy he was trying to start a fight with? The guy?
Jeff Jarrett had a death wish.
Yeah, he had a huge death wish with that one guy in the beginning.
It was a pro boxer, and then later he was like trying to talk shit to. Yeah, later he was trying to talk shit to Karrion Kross, Killer Kross. I'm like, dude, you want to die? Karrion Kross
he had a chair right there.
Like, what are you doing?
And yeah, so they had to separate that. But yeah, I just remember Jeff was going in the back. Like you could tell when I started noticing there was something wrong with him was when he went where the producers were and Vampiro was right there watching, you know, the screens and everything. Yeah. He was saying something weird. I was like, what is he? I don't understand. I thought like I could try rewatching it. I was like, maybe it's just my, you know, I mean, I just not paying attention or something. But yeah, you're good. We see you, RP. Don't worry. So, but yeah, no, it's just that he was just starting shit. He was saying the weirdest thing. Who was that other wrestler that was right there sitting down with them? Morrison, John Morrison.
John Morrison.
John Morrison is in it too. He does the whole AAA thing. Yeah. But yeah,
was Jeff Hart. Was Jeff drunk? He looked like something didn't look right.
He looked like he was
just drunk because drunk, he wouldn't be able to walk that straight. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, he could have been a little drunk and mixed something else, but it was just like he walked perfectly fine. He just wasn't functional.
Yeah. Yeah. But as soon as he showed up, yeah, he was wired. As soon as he showed up, he's like, "You suck, and you suck, and you suck." I'm like, what is happening? You see Vampiro's face? He's like, what is going on right now? And Jeff, could have died that day. That's all I'm going to say. And even when they finally got him out of there, Vampiro, he takes Cross aside and he's like, "Look, I know you were about to go." He's like, "I appreciate you not killing him." Basically, he was like, "I know you're about to go. I apologize. I'm sorry." But Cross was very respectful too. He's like, "No, I understand." He was very respectful too. But it was just crazy, just the stress that Vampiro has to deal with trying to produce a show. And then even he said himself in the documentary, he's like, "What is it?" He's like, "You mix ego with what? Do you remember?
With steroids or something like that?"
Yeah, ego with drugs and steroids, and a whole bunch of these guys are like that. He's like that. He said that's. I was expecting him to say that's a bad combination, but he said it's common.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
He actually said, I remember what he said. He said that the worst kind of drug in professional wrestling is your own ego.
Yeah.
When you believe your hype.
When you believe your own hype, exactly. And then Jeff Jarrett, I never liked Jeff Jarrett since I first saw him in the 90s, and I don't like him now. And then the fact that he was throwing taco shells in an audience in Mexico.
That was in the documentary.
Yeah, he was throwing motherfucking taco shells. I'm like, dude. And then Vampiro was pissed, dude. Ian was like, that dude was like, I can't believe this motherfucker is doing this right now. Like, I cannot believe this motherfucker is doing that shit. And dude, and not only that, I wish he would have let Cross freaking beat his ass, dude. And he had a chair. He was ready to like really hurt them with a chair, dude.
That would have been the end.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, that was like, yeah, man. I was like pissed too. I was pissed too. I mean,
yeah. Like,
but yeah,
he could have died by the pro boxer. He could have died by Cross, but Vamp could have fucked him up too. He's lucky Vamp back in the old days. You know what I'm saying? But
exactly, man.
Oh, we got.
I think almost anybody with like some kind of fighting ability could have beat the shit out of Jeff just because like they're more aware of what they're doing.
Thanks, Tom. I'm trying to lose weight, look like Daniel.
Yeah, I agree, Jax. I agree, Jax.
Have you noticed our names are all like they can't be wrestling names? Like we got a Fat Samurai guy, Daniel
Century.
I mean, I'm gonna call you Sinister. I'm sorry, wrong Daniel. My bad. Fat Century, you could be the Moon Man. You probably do a better job. Jax be the River.
I'm Rikishi. I'm Rikishi.
What? Oh my God, he's still around? What happened to Rikishi?
I don't know. Tino, what happened to Rikishi? Let us know in chat.
I saw him 2 years ago on Total Divas.
Oh God, that show is still around.
I hated that reality show. I was like, God damn, WWE would do anything. It's like,
you know what that show needed? Show needed Vampiro to show up. Oh, you fucking sluts! Get out of here. Good job.
No, they needed the Red Rooster.
Yes,
they needed the.
Oh my God!
What's up, chat? What y'all know about the Red Rooster? The greatest of all time.
Why did I just figure that was gonna come up?
That's Jackson's ever since I showed Jax. That's her favorite wrestler of all time.
All my favorite.
Over Steve Austin.
Over Steve Austin. Over The Undertaker. Over everybody else.
We get some more likes on the video. I'll do some more Red Rooster for you guys. Oh, here we go. Tino responded. So he goes, they have a school in LA called Knox Pro. So that's what
highlight Mr. Death Metal.
That's what Rikishi's doing. All right.
Yeah.
Mr. Death Metal.
True. Absolutely. The one with no talent at all whatsoever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tino says, when Red Rooster came on, it was bathroom break time. The greatest.
I think there was one time in the Royal Rumble. I think there was one time in the Royal Rumble that he like ran in, did his thing, and they just flew him out. I think he was in there for like 10 seconds, and he flew out in a Royal Rumble, I think.
Oh my God! So kind of similar to the Bushwhackers. Every time it was like a running joke. Every time the Bushwhackers came out, oh, here come the Bushwhackers, get tossed. Oh, there go the Bushwhackers.
Oh man! Poor Luke and Bush.
Let's get back to the nail here. All right, we're having too much fun. Here we go. All right, so we are at now. Still want that movie? Hunting Pimps, Vigilante.
Vampiro hunting pimps.
I want it. All right.
Oh God, that was a good. He had an interesting life. That guy, Fluffy Gamer.
What?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Fluffy Gamer, no Red Rooster.
What up? What up?
Do it.
Oh, back to the touching story with him and his daughter Dasha's relationship. I thought we were gonna get, like you said, Jax. I thought we were gonna get a Jake the Snake moment where they didn't even like. She said she wanted to kill him, or like I expected a lot worse.
I expected that, or I expected just a typical like, oh, I don't know my dad,
right.
kind of situation. He's always working, but it's like. It was really heartwarming because even if he was working a lot, I mean, the guy FaceTimes her all the time. He's always like it was just really sweet that you see also like this machista kind of guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's talking to his daughter. He's like, no, show me your makeup. I want to see, like, yeah, I like your hair. My dad never fucking did shit like that with me. I was like, don't get me wrong. He wasn't a machista, thankfully, because we all know how I feel about those guys. But he wasn't like, I mean, my dad kind of did like, I don't know if anybody remember in the 90s when the Spice Girls were big and they came out with those shoes, the sodas. Like, I remember he actually bought me a pair because my dad is stylish for some reason. Like, he'll be looking like Frank Sinatra sometimes. But my dad is like, oh, here, I bought you those shoes because I know they're popular. Like, he did little stuff like that.
Yeah. But he always said his daughter comes first.
Yeah.
And that was very touching. And you don't really see
very touching. You don't hear that from anyone, especially when it comes to their daughter. It's always about the son. Yeah.
Or especially in that line of work though.
Yeah.
Producing a whole wrestling show by himself. And even Karrion Kross had some heartfelt words to say about, you could tell he really respects Vamp. But even he said in the documentary, like, he has all the respect in the world for Vamp, but he takes on everything by himself.
Yeah.
Like he needs some help. He needs a team to help him. Otherwise, he's just doing everything. But even during all that, he still takes the time to make sure his daughter gets to that Krav Maga class. Make sure you punch with the two top knuckles.
Yeah, like she takes boxing class. He was like, yeah, make sure you cook like how I taught you.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's right.
And I'm glad they put them, like he puts his daughter in like some type of martial art kind of thing, because I hate it when like you see these boxers and wrestlers or whoever and then they have their daughters like in ballet, like they don't want them to do same. I understand a little bit with boxing, because that especially I could understand why you try to like, lean them away not to go in that kind of lifestyle, but at the same time it's like, come on, they need to learn self-defense, because look, they're the son. Even if it's your son, it's like, look who the dad is. Everyone's going to try to pick a fight with them.
Oh yeah. And yeah, I'm all for females learning martial arts. Do it. I'm all for it. But another funny moment that made me laugh was when I don't know if they're at a bowling alley or a restaurant and they're eating. Yeah. People are like, you need to grow the braids back out. You look cool with the braids. They're so mint. It took him a second, right? And then you saw his face. He was like, it's like, what the hell was that? Mint. But yeah, it's very, very touching.
She looks just like her, man. She resembles him. She looks just like him, man.
Almost, yeah.
She looks just like him.
And I thought that was cool, like towards like And then that was cool how she did the braids towards the end with her hair, kind of like almost like making it simple for him, almost.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's good point.
It looked good on her.
Yeah. That was a good point, Jax. Good call. I didn't even notice that. That's true. Now, let's see here. Injuries, man. Holy shit. All right, so
he has Alzheimer's, by the way, you guys. Like, I don't know if anybody knows that. He has Alzheimer's now.
I know. But injuries, did you see the power bomb from the top rope from Mike Awesome? Did you see that? And that was the one he's talking about where he fucked up his neck because the way, I mean, so Jax, that's Mike Awesome when we were doing our ECW stream.
Yeah.
That big dude. That's the guy. That's the talented motherfucker that they gave him the fat chick thriller gimmick. And then he likes fat chicks. And then when that didn't get over, they turned him into Mike Awesome, that 70s guy.
Yeah, I remember. I saw a picture of that. Yeah.
Really?
That was really bad.
Really? Yeah. So that guy's already huge, and him coming down from the top rope, power bombing. I mean, that is brutal. But you know, Vamp wants to put on a good show for everyone. He takes the bumps. You know, that's what he does. But let me see. You can tell that as much as he loves the profession, that even he at some point at his age is like, dude, I'm tired of them booking me, for these matches. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how much longer I can do this. And even his doctor was like, just produce, goddammit. Just produce. Stop getting in the ring. Stop getting in the ring, But it's hard to stop doing what you love. I wish him all the best and best health. All I got to say, though, is that one scene towards the end of the documentary where he could barely walk.
Oh.
And don't forget the wear and tear of all these bumps and, the drugs to help with the pain and all that. That doesn't help either.
What was that one part where he was like, I took like 50 somas or 40 somas just to move today?
Yeah.
That shit stops your heart, dude.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, it's nuts. But just seeing him kind of struggling, I'm sure he's a lot better now. He's walking fine now. But at that part of the documentary, you could see he could barely walk. And then that one scene where his daughter's she's on the outside on the curb. We lost Jax.
I'm here. I just got to
All right. And you see him trying to step off the curb with one foot, but it was slow, like he could barely just get that one foot down and then barely get the other foot and then start walking to the car. After seeing that, I am going to pretty much stop publicly complaining about my back pain from now on.
They kind of like, okay.
Stop bitching about my back pain.
Well, it was like this almost. It kind of was weird.
Yeah, seeing what he's going through, I'm gonna stop bitching. I'm gonna stop being on fucking Facebook and be like, "Oh, my back is killing me today." I'm gonna stop doing that because Vamp is too manly and he's making me look like a bitch. All right. All right. But yeah, man. Hopefully now he is still just producing the show AAA and not really getting in there. Of course, he'll probably get in there for fun. Did you see the part where the guy fucked up the music?
Yeah.
And he's all there, play the fucking music.
Yeah.
The first time I saw that was in a Botchamania episode, and they highlighted that, and it was just like, oh god, I felt sorry for him because it's supposed to be the big Q. He's supposed to go in there, and he's like sitting there like, play the music.
Yeah, Vamp is
he's really passionate. It's like he said himself, like producing the show, handling the camera angles and the storyline and all that, and a little bit of the booking. He's kind of wrestling again in a way, but just differently, behind the scenes, And he's like, people ask me, why do I punch a $5,000 screen Why do I throw chairs and shit? It's because I'm passionate of what's happening, damn it. It should inspire you, you know.
Hey, I'm not gonna, I kind of agree with him to a point, because when I used to like order the pay-per-views and stuff like that, I was like, I totally look like the typical wrestling fan just yelling at the TV. And like, who remembers when it was the WrestleMania with Ronda Rousey? Because everyone knows how much I hate her. So who remembers, not just her, it was when they inducted Goldberg and all that stuff, because everyone knows how much I hate Goldberg. But who remembers on my Instagram, like how I was posting pictures of me throwing toilet paper at the damn TV screen? Does anybody remember that?
Was that when Goldberg came out or something in the Hall of Fame?
Goldberg came out in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, it was like 3 years ago, I think. No, 2 years ago. I can't remember. I just know it was right after the first the first Royal Rumble, I think. I'm not sure. But yeah, it was when Ronda Rousey came on. It was like 2018. It was just Mr. Death Metal remembers.
I remember
you mean the first,
so I'm one of those.
You mean the first?
Huh?
Did you mean the first? Are you talking about the first Women's Royal Rumble?
Yeah, well, I meant like it happened. Like I think it happened right after that. Yeah, so I think it was that WrestleMania that happened right after that, because Rousey came on. That's why. Yeah, because that's when Rousey. Yeah, she came after the Royal Rumble, the first one, because Asa. What's her name? Asa. I forgot her name. Yeah, like they were asking her like, oh, like who, like which belt do you want? Even though she was like with SmackDown, but yeah, she could choose the other one. And then in comes in Ronda Rousey. Yeah, so I remember then when WrestleMania came on, I can't remember all the matches correctly, but I just remember I wasn't happy, so I threw toilet paper at the screen. I'm that person. I get crazy. Like I get crazy too when it comes to wrestling. Like I get passionate.
We're supposed to. Hey, we're supposed to be entertained. We're supposed to be there to have fun. Crazy.
Yeah, the only reason why I threw toilet paper because I didn't want to throw chips and have to sweep that up. Like I didn't want to make a mess. Toilet paper is easier to clean up.
You can use it later.
You don't have to break anything with it. You don't have to break anything with it. It's so soft. You just there you go.
Yeah, I didn't want my dad to yell at me for breaking his big screen TV, because when everybody walks into the house, the first thing they notice is like, wow, look at that TV. That is the first thing they all notice. So I did not want my dad yelling at me for that.
Yeah, that would have been bad. But yeah, back to the documentary. I like how well paced it was too.
Mm-hmm.
There was really any slow, boring moments. It was very interesting. It kept you on your feet, kept you interested. And very well paced. I do have a criticism, though. I know.
It's okay.
I do have a huge criticism about the documentary. You ready? You got to be honest. You all know I'm honest here on the channel. You know I'm honest, right? My one true criticism of the documentary is I wanted more, damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it. Needed to be longer. We need a series, damn it.
Look at Fluffy Gamer's comment.
Wait a second, hold on.
Fluffy, yeah.
Next time you pick this guy. Oh God. But yeah, I wanted more. I did want more though. But maybe I wouldn't be surprised if there was extra footage, like maybe on the Blu-ray or the DVD. I wouldn't be surprised.
Because the trailer had a lot of stuff they were saying, and it wasn't in the movie, so that's why I was wondering too. Right.
All right, Tino, get your workout on, man. Thanks for stopping by and joining us. And we're talking wrestling. That's right. We might have you on next time. Talk about wrestling. Get this guy out there.
I think after this, I'm gonna do some Pilates because I've been doing that for the past 2 days, and oh my God, I feel so much better now.
All right, Sexy Sumo, take care, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I love how all three of us were all like back to working out, man. All three of us gonna be looking good. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Got to do it. Oh, we got Fluffy versus Samurai in a cage match is money. I agree. I agree.
That's pay-per-view, baby. That's pay-per-view right there.
100 grand. Put it on my PayPal account. No, it's kidding.
Pay-per-view.
Oh, here we go.
Martinez, yes, thank you.
Here we go. So, yeah, let's see what we were talking about. Like, maybe there's extra footage on the Blu-ray or DVD because I did want to hear what happened there because you have that scene in the trailer where he's like, I got shot, I got stabbed, I got kidnapped. And I kind of wanted to hear that, but they don't mention that in the documentary. So, like I said, maybe there's bonus footage or extra interview footage as well, hopefully on the Blu-ray, because it would be nice to hear about that. And, Jax, you brought something up the other day that you wish they would have talked about a little bit in the documentary. Do you remember?
I say a lot of things, so I can't remember. And I have to remember.
I think it was occult related.
Oh, okay. Due to the fact that I'm a witch, I know that he does he has studied some occult stuff, and I wish he would have brought at least a smidge of it in, like talk about it. But then again, the stuff he has done is like really like, you know, practicing this stuff and everything. I know there are certain people you go up to and you don't repeat what you learn. Right. But it's not the fact that you have to repeat it. It's just the fact that like he could have just said like, yeah, I'm also an occult practitioner or I do stuff like this, but he doesn't need to say the recipe. You know what I mean? So I wish they would have talked about that a little bit, but they didn't.
Yeah, he probably couldn't, you know. But I just remember that shoot interview he was on, and he was just like, I'm fascinated with the occult and other types of religions and stuff. But he said that he traveled around to learn, and he's seen some things and experienced some things, and he can't talk about it for the safety of himself and the guy giving the interview. So that's probably why we didn't get any more on that. But we have EJ Ram V2 here. Still have to see the documentary. Awesome. You rock. Vampiro was a good, underrated color commentator for Lucha Underground. Yes, he was. And just to go back to what you were saying earlier, Jax, about seeing the sensitive side of Vamp, when you have that really good scene at the end where you have Max Stryker, who was the other commentator for Lucha Underground, basically saying like he loves the real Vamp, not the persona Vamp. You know, he loves the Vamp that cares for his brother, the Vamp that's a professional and loves the sport of pro wrestling, and everything on the other side. He's like, I don't fuck with that. But that's who.
That whole commentary was really like so much love for Vampiro. Like they all talked about the good side of him. They all talked about how much they love how he loves his daughter. Like that was a thing I noticed with this documentary. Like it was a masculine documentary, but without the machista shit. Because we all know how I feel about that. How I don't think that's masculine at all. It's just undercover pussy, in my opinion. So it's like I just couldn't believe, like, you know, if you see something like the Stone Cold Steve Austin documentary back in 2004 or 5, it was all like, you know, him covering up and everything. It was all masculinity and all that shit, like they did, right? You wouldn't talk about how he beat up Deborah. So yeah, like you see all these other documentaries, like at least with Eddie Guerrero, we saw like family time. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like even so, and I love Eddie Guerrero and everything. And I thought the documentary they did with him back in 2004, I think, or 5 was great. Yeah. But Vampiro was very touching because he had like a lot more people coming out and saying all these good things about him. And it's like, and it wasn't just about him personally. It's just about like everything in general. And you don't hear that from anyone, from any person, actually.
I was browsing. No, you're correct. I was browsing YouTube the other day, and I came across some wrestling matches, and I came across an Eddie Guerrero match, and I was watching it for a little bit, and I turned and to Lady Fat Blood, and I said, I miss Eddie.
Yeah. I
really do. He really was something special. Let's see what we got over here. Ciro says Matt Stryker is like a brother to Vampiro. They were great as a commentary duo. Wild to believe that my Stryker almost did not get the job if Josh Matthews did not choose Impact. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. because Josh Matthews is over in Impact right now. But and then Brandon says, I miss 82. I think we all do. We all do. But yeah, very, very touching, heartwarming.
But the thing is, too, due to the fact that it was like Vampiro, it was touching and heartwarming, yeah, but without the pukey cheesiness to it. And it's the one thing I hate is pukey cheesiness, kind of touching shit. Probably because he's just such a dark character, and you really saw like the struggle, what he was going through mentally and emotionally and everything.
Yeah.
Like he kept saying, like, I don't like being famous. I don't like being famous. And he just wanted to be able to go with his daughter and just do regular shit without being recognized.
Yeah, just go play in the park.
Yeah.
Without being bothered.
The one guy that was bugging him when he was at a restaurant for an autograph.
He's like, I don't fucking care if you like me or not, damn it. That's what he was saying. But yeah, it was very, very, very interesting, exciting.
He was still getting.
What's up, Danny? What's up, Daniel?
No, so he would still like. It's funny how he would still get. So he was saying he would get like he would get mad and he would because he didn't like Jack says he hated being a celebrity. And even when he would get pissed off, even though he would get super pissed off, he would still sign their autographs and he would still talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like this guy's mind, he couldn't really control his mind. I kind of noticed like his mind was just here and there. Like he is a good example of a Gemini. Yes, I looked up his damn zodiac sign. He is a very good example of a Gemini. So, but yeah, no, it was just like I felt like he just couldn't like be centered. He needed to center himself a lot.
Yeah,
but he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, and in a way, I'm really glad. Even though he said back to the WCW talk, he said that being in WCW was the 3 worst years of his life, just wasted time there. That could be for him, but for us, you know, that was our introduction to him. So even though his booking was bad there, I still, in a way, thought he made some kind of impact because that was what introduced him to at least the mainstream audience. And in a way, I'm kind of glad, as much as him being in the Brood, as much as fun as that sounds, it's probably a good thing he did not go to WWE because they would have botched it, like Daniel was saying earlier. They would have messed it up at some point. Especially, like he had a semi shot during the Attitude Era. But after the Attitude Era, could you imagine Vampiro in the fucking PG era of WWE? That would have been terrible.
They probably would have let him go just because he would have done it. Yeah. WCW at that time was horrible. You guys got to take that over because remember, I was such a WWF fan. Towards
the end, WCW. I agree, Mr. No, towards the end, there was bad. That's why they went under. It just got worse. The behind-the-scenes politics is what killed WCW. But WCW at one point, they were contenders, man. No one dethroned WWE. No one for years. And they whooped WWE's ass. They were number 1 in the ratings for, I think, 5 weeks straight, which is impossible. And they had the right material, man. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash said, fuck you. They ended up on, I mean, they were doing stuff at the time nobody else was doing. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget sitting there watching Nitro and Scott Hall and Kevin Nash just show up and start causing ruckus. And I called my buddy Mike. I was like, Mike, turn the channels. What are you watching this right now? This is insane. Like, that didn't happen back then, you know. But, I mean, the Cruiserweight division was always better than WWE, in my opinion, and we mentioned that before during our ECW stream. But I think Vampiro has made a statement. Oh, hold on. What do we got here?
I'm reading Mr. Death Metals. And then not only that.
Yes.
Yeah, and not only that, Yo, It's Me, Vampiro and ECW would have been interesting. Yeah, I think that would have been very interesting.
Yeah. He would have fit in perfectly in ECW, like hands down. He would have been awesome in ECW. He would have been a fan favorite, easy. I even saw footage of him doing the Mist like Great Muta.
So you can imagine if he was in ECW, him and Tajiri would have been doing the the mist together if they were like a tag team or whatever. Well, yeah, he would have been. Could you imagine Vampiro versus Rob Van Dam in ECW?
Oh,
wow,
Dude.
man.
Dude.
No, what about New Jack? I want to see that since they're both extreme people.
Oh God, they both would die.
It would never end.
I think they did. I think they did in a promotion. I mean, in a call, man. When you go back to what is it that thing they go back to when they're they're not famous anymore and they go to like
Independent
territories or what is it called?
Independent wrestling.
They go to. I saw. I think it was a documentary, but I think it was a short video on YouTube that they did a backyard. They did a backyard kind of thing for a commercial. It was New Jack, Vampiro. I think it was the Insane Clown Posse, and they did.
Okay.
I think they did. I don't know if it was an actual match, but I think it was just like a commercial or something, like a promotional commercial.
Yeah, maybe it's for a video game. I don't know. But
you could.
John Martinez says Vampiro managed by Mr. Sinister or Sinister Minister in ECW would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. Mr. Death Metal says Eric Bischoff deserves some of the blame too. Yes, he does, because Bischoff had a lot of really good ideas, very good ideas, and that's what kind of got Nitro over. But he couldn't. He let what's the term when you let the inmates run the asylum? Favoritism. And when you let the inmates kind of run the asylum, that's the term, right? Something like that. He didn't have control, you know. As much as we hate Vince McMahon sometimes, nobody really crosses Vince. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know. And if they do, that's because you're a really popular wrestler and you have pull, like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
But yeah. You know, but that's another talk. But I still glad he did.
We should have if we could get 1,000 likes on one of your videos, we should talk about how much we hate John Cena. I'll bring up the ECW one night stand against RVD and how the fans hate it. I will be drinking that day because I will be fucking running my mouth. I'll probably have to get up and do this every 10 minutes, but I'll be here.
When he first had that song, I thought it was temporary because it was like a music video. They were making these music video vignettes for different wrestlers' theme songs. And when that song came out, John Cena was like, it was like the A-Team type of music video. And he was in there, and the rapper that was with him was like dressed like Mr. T. It was just for that vignette. But for some reason, 45 years later, he still has the same fucking song.
I hated how it was in a car commercial one time. I was like, oh, fuck no.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, God.
WWE really sold the song. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Oh, chat, if you got any Vampiro stories, let us know.
Okay, I don't have a Vampiro story, but why did I say it like that? But
it's a habit. A lot of people do it. I did it.
Going back to Vince Russo, I don't know. I need to know if anybody else feels this. Okay, I sometimes would watch him like interview other WWE characters or whatever, right? I don't know what it is with his voice. I don't know, maybe because he has such a thick East accent, but it gave me such anxiety once time. I really thought I was going to have an anxiety attack. Like his voice was just so draining and I couldn't take it. I remember I had to like turn off whatever I was doing. And whenever I feel like anxiety is hitting me hard, I have to move around and do exercise or clean or do something to like, it's almost like you having like an adrenaline rush and you have to go running. But does anybody else feel that way about his voice? I just need to know it's not just me.
Sounds like he's from Brooklyn, bro. Everything's bro.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not good with that. I'm more like with the Philly accent. I'm not good with, but it's just I'm like, come on.
Well, here's the thing with Vince. Here's the thing with Vince Russo. He knew how to get into Vince McMahon's ear, and that's how he got the gig for becoming the storyteller and all that. But he came from an entertainment magazine. He knows nothing about wrestling. So a lot of his ideas, admittedly, did help kind of spawn some of the decent moments that we had in the Attitude Era. The problem, though, was a lot of the bad stuff came from him too, and then the Attitude Era kind of went under towards the end. Do you guys remember the Brawl for All?
No.
Shit.
That was
horrible, man. That was
Vince,
God, dude.
No, go ahead.
I've seen better fights. When I was a bouncer, I've seen better fights in a freaking bar than the fights I saw on that freaking thing they did with Brawl for All, man. Like that is fucking, oh my God. That is so insane, man. Brawl for All was like, I mean, like everybody was thinking freaking was it Dr. Death was gonna win and he got knocked out like in the first round. And like all these dudes that were like
and the only reason Brawl for All was created was because Vince Russo didn't like Bradshaw. And Bradshaw was going around, I can knock everybody out. So he came and said, hey, Vince, let's put these wrestlers together and have them fight each other for real. And it didn't work, man. And it was sad too, because a lot of these guys were mid-carders. And it was just like, well, fuck, man. Like, this is kind of fucked up. They're basically literally fighting for their career, you know. And Bart Gunn, everyone made fun of Bart Gunn in the back. They were like, you're not going to beat Dr. Death. It's fucking Dr. Death, man. That guy's from New Japan and shit. You're not going to beat that guy. Dr. Death got knocked out. The winner of the Brawl for All was guaranteed a storyline with Stone Cold Steve Austin. They were guaranteed to push that high that they were going to go rival against Stone Cold. So everybody was really fighting, and, you know, the Godfather was in there. Everybody wanted to be, they want to push. But Bart Gunn, half of the Smoking Guns, if you guys remember, they made fun of him. No one thought he was going to win, and he ended up winning the whole thing, and that ruined their plans to push Dr. Death against Stone Cold. And then look what happened. They ended up punishing Bart, man. It was fucked up. They're like, oh, okay, well, we're not going to push Bart against Austin. I got a better idea. Let's have Bart fight fucking Butterbean at WrestleMania. And Bart almost got decapitated. That was fucked up. And then they got rid of Bart after that. I was like, dude, very, very, very fucked up. So.
Oh, so I've been meaning to.
I feel so sorry for him.
Huh?
What's up?
Oh,
I'm sorry. No, I was saying on Phat Samurai, man. I felt so sorry. I was already feeling sorry for Bart when they said they were gonna give him Butterbean, man. I was like, dude, that man, Butterbean at that time, dude, he can knock a freaking center block in half, dude, and crush that shit. Because that dude, he just got. I don't know why they did that, man.
Yeah, they gave him Butterbean on purpose. That was sucked. But anyway, do you guys want to still chill out, hang out, and talk wrestling, or you want to wrap it up for today? Because we pretty much covered it. Did I miss anything with the documentary?
No, we pretty much covered everything. It's definitely something people should go out and watch. I mean, you can either rent it on Amazon. I think it was like $3.99 or something like that, or $4.99. Yeah, I would rent it. If you guys want to see it first, like I would rent it first, and then maybe get a physical copy of it if you really want to know more. Hopefully, there is like behind the scenes because I want to get it. So. Yeah. But the interesting thing is like the thing is with Amazon Prime, if you buy it and then you delete Amazon Prime, it goes with it or something like that. So better just to get the physical copy. Right.
Yeah. But overall, fantastic documentary. Props to Mr. Patch, the director, who was also a producer. He was also involved with one of my favorite movies of 2017, Turbo Kid. I did not know he was involved in that. If you guys want to see a fun throwback movie that's real, it looks like a kid's movie, but it's really violent, but a lot of fun. Check out Turbo Kid. But yeah, he's a producer in that. So, but yeah, Daniel, anything else about the documentary before we wrap it up for today?
No, man. It was. I just bought it, man. I just said I'm not gonna rent it. I'm gonna buy. I just bought it on Amazon Prime, and eventually when it comes out, I'll get the physical copy. I'll get the physical media for it. But it was everything I expected and more, man. Vampiro was, like I said, he was one of my favorite time, and he always spoke his mind. And just watching the the documentary of everything about him, what he did, you know, how he lives, how he takes care of his daughter, how his daughter's his life. He takes care of everything, you know, for her. He doesn't want to continue wrestling, but I mean, that's the way he puts food on the table, and that's how. But like I was gonna refer to what Jax was saying earlier. The guy's got a name, he's got popularity, he's got charisma, and he has a following. So anything he wants to do, whether it's, you know, being on video games, going to, you know, what was it, you know, being a video game on
Twitch.
Twitch, and, you know, doing other physical things, man. I mean, he can do a whole bunch of stuff.
Fluffy, I'm not highlighting your comment.
Brandon Champion said, if things don't go McMahon's way, he will make your life a living hell. Yeah, that's what he's doing right now with Aleister Black, and who else? With Lana. Is that her name, Lana?
Lana, yeah. It's kind of punishment booking. She's always getting thrown to a table because Rusev is in AEW right now.
Yeah. And Aleister Black got denied going to NXT because Zelina Vega apparently has multiple businesses.
Yeah,
which
she's making more money.
Her.
Yeah.
He doesn't, it's just Vince McMahon is the type, he just doesn't like competition. He doesn't like people doing better outside of WWE. But at the same time, I'm sorry, dude, if you're not going to be giving insurance or fucking unionizing shit, it's like, yeah, they're going to fucking leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, did we not see Vampiro, you know, his lifestyle and everything?
Yeah.
And that's because he's not as bad as other ones.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, overall, this was fun. This was a fun chat.
Yeah.
Fun little stream. Thank you, chat, for joining us today. Talking about Nail in the Coffin. Make sure you guys, if you have not seen it, go ahead and check it out. Nail in the Coffin, The Fall and the Rise of Vampiro. Yes. Make sure you guys check that out. And go over to subscribe to Daniel Sci-Fi Century's channel. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. Also subscribe to Jax B the Ripper as well. Show some love and support over there. And I thank all you badasses for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys next time. And don't forget, listen to the words of Vampiro. Relax, have an ice cream, and play PlayStation.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Take care. Peace out.